I figured I'd review a family game. So heartwarming and everything. Just kidding. We're going to review Manhunt 2. Now, whereas the first one was straight up in your face uh, gore snuff film uh, game, this one is psychological horror gore fest game. Now, this is the heavily, not as heavily censored as the Wii version, but this is pretty badly censored. And what I mean by that, the kills leave much to the imagination. And I've seen the uncut versions of the kills, and there's apparently a hack for the PS2 to unlock all of the uncut executions. But I'd need something called a replay disc, the code, and some kind of password in order to get it unlocked. So I highly doubt I'll be getting the uncut version anytime soon, but I'll probably leave an update if I do eventually get a Manhunt 2 uncut on the PS2. Uh, but I am thinking about getting it on PC since Amazon's selling it for $9. I figured why not? It's the AO version, um, so why not? Um, the thing about downloading from Amazon though is sometimes you have to use a credit card, and I've never used a credit card in my life. Uh, so that is complete gibberish to me. So hopefully I don't have to use a credit card to buy the download, uh, because I'll really be upset. Uh, Apparently each version of the game, like the PS2 version, the Wii version, the PSP version, and the PC version, they all have a system uh, exclusive weapons. The system exclusive weapon for this, I forget what it is, but the one for the PSP is the same as the PS2 one. Uh, the the one for the one for Wii is the knife, which I don't see a knife in this game. I see mostly glass shards and stuff like that. Um, and in the PC version, there's the glass bottle can actually be used as a weapon. Like you can slice your opponent's throat. Now they're still called hunters. Um, it starts off with an opening scene credit roll uh, that has us looking at Dixmoor Hospital for the Criminally Insane, and a power outage occurs. The doors end up opening up, and the doors open up in the psycho section, and a bunch of the inmates end up getting free from their cells, and one ends up killing himself, other throws shit at you, like literally shit. One pisses on you, and you're free to go out of your cell. And the first weapon you pick up, a syringe. Seems easy enough. Like the first one, this first kill is set up uh, just to test everything out. So you go up behind him. Instead of pressing X this time, because X is the sprint button now, you gotta press either square or R1. Now you hold square or R1 like you would with the square or X button in the first game. Now, when it turns white, the picture is clear. When it turns yellow, the picture starts to get distorted. When it gets to red, you can't really tell what's going to happen. But thankfully, they only filter the body and they filter the blood, so you can still tell what's going on. But hell, I want my stuff uncut. But this does get a higher rating from me than it did previously for me, because I was focusing too much on the gore instead of the story, and since this is more of a story-driven manhunt, um, you've got to go with it. Um, Daniel Lamb ends up escaping from the Dixmoor mental hospital. He's got a friend, or yes, not really a friend, more of an acquaintance who helps Danny out. His name's Leo, and pretty much you're going all across the game trying to figure out Danny's Danny's life. Like, what happened to him? How did he get into the mental hospital? Why did he get into the mental hospital? Um, you can find clues and whatnot hidden throughout the game. Like, there's an Easter egg where you can actually watch on the TV uh, who murdered the people in the newsroom. And I'm like, well, that pretty much spoils the ending right there. Um, this has a bonus level, one bonus level, where it's a completely different ending. Like, it's a completely different episode with a completely different ending. It's it's like an alternate final level. Excuse me. But the weapons you get this time around are pretty cool. Some some weapons return, like the plastic bag, the glass shard, um, the brick, even though that's not a weapon. The glass bottle, even though again that's not a weapon in the PS2 version. Um, the sickle makes a return very late in the game. The six shooter makes a return. The shotgun does. The AK-47. Um, and you get some new weapons, like you get the handsaw, you get the syringe, you get you get a submachine gun. You get gun executions this time around. Like before, if you were going into a gunfight in the first game, you you'd have to fire off all the bullets. If you didn't have any weapons other than the gun, you're pretty much screwed. You have to save your ammo. Well, with this one, you just have to sneak up behind the person and shoot them in the head, like execution style. But and it also doesn't waste any ammo, so that is good. Um, if people are wondering why it's in this case, I bought it at Blockbuster. $5. I bought this game without even knowing what it was about. I knew it was, of course, the sequel to one of my favorite games, but I had no idea like what the characters were. And right there says the name of the main character, Daniel Lamb. Um, the storyline actually caught me off guard. Like, really, a manhunt with an actual story? I was kind of edgy about that at first, but then when I found out the story, I was like, wow, this is a pretty decent story. Like, it could work as a horror film. So, but first they have to make Manhunt 1 into a movie. I would love to see a movie of Manhunt. There's fan trailers and stuff, and everybody wants to see a Manhunt 3. So do I. But it will never happen because the stupid parents and the stupid news people are like, "Ah, video games are destroying the community. Video games are destroying humanity. Video games are worse than books and they're worse than TV. They're interactive violence." Really? I've been playing games my whole life and I'm not a violent person. No. Like, yeah, I love Manhunt. I love Grand Theft Auto. I love Postal. But I've never seen a game where I'm like, ooh, this looks fun. I'm gonna go out and do it and get my ass killed and get in some major trouble. Hell no, I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather just sit home in the comfort of my own chair, pop open the PS2, pop open the Xbox, or insert the disc into the PS3, maybe play one of the games that are on the system, and just keep to myself. Like, literally, video games do not cause violence. Violent people cause violence. Like, there's something already inside that person's head where they just snap. Like, it will depend on a certain time, but you've got to take care of it before it happens. Like, not just medicine can help. Like, the person needs, like, therapy, and maybe, they should be in, uh, solitary for a little while. Like, go to a solitary confinement place, and, like, try to just be cautious about the thing. So I've never thought, oh well, I'm gonna do this. This looks fun. Manhunt is a fun game. I'll admit that, but I have never thought about doing the violent and gruesome actions you see in this game. Like, the executions are brutal. They're realistic. I admit that. But they're not going to cause somebody to go out there and kill somebody. And when people blame the video games, I'm like, you get no sympathy from me. Blame yourself. Never blame entertainment. Don't blame the music, don't blame the movies, don't blame the books, don't blame the comics, and most certainly do not blame other people. You are the one who is violent, not them. So, you're the cause of your own violence. So, think about that. Uh, but anyways, back to the review. Sorry I went on a rambling spree. Um, we'll never get a Manhunt 3, that's my point. But anyways, uh, we get introduced to this new type of hunter called the Project Group. Now the Project want Danny and Leo dead. Leo is a heartless killer. Danny uh, is hesitant about who he kills. Like, he kills everybody, but he feels hesitant every time. And you feel sorry for the dude. You're like, what happened to him? And slowly but surely you find out this crazy plot is in focus. He's closer to the project than you might think. And that's where I'll leave it. I loved this game. For the story, the atmosphere. The atmosphere was awesome. Like, you get to go to a TV station, you get to go to back to the mental hospital. You start off in the mental hospital. You also got neighborhoods to go through. So the locations vary, and there's even a part where you get a sniper rifle. So that's another new weapon. Um, but anyways, what do I give Manhunt 2, or as I call it, Manhunt 2: The Second Coming, kind of like uh, Shadow Man 2: The Second Coming. Uh, Manhunt 2 gets an 8 out of 10 for me. I originally gave it a 5 out of 10, but I should have been thinking whenever I did that video, because this definitely deserves a higher rating. 8 out of 10. I was judging it primarily on the fact that there wasn't really any gore in it. Well, there is still gore. After I saw the Wii version, I was like, whoa, the PS2 version is way better than the Wii. So go out, pick up yourself a copy of Manhunt 2 and Manhunt 1. They're both really cheap in stores. Uh, if you download Manhunt 2 from the PSN store, it will be a PSP only download. So be careful about that one. So, anyways, I'll just leave it with this. Play video games. When you're playing video games, don't be thinking about doing what you're saying. Go into it for the entertainment. Don't go in it for a lesson on how to do something. Don't look at it as an idol. So, take care. Uh, I'll be I'll be back at some point with another review, and hopefully you all enjoy. Psychopathic1 signed off.